develop early, right?
Yes, I do.
So what do you think is the right age to be sexually active? Personally, I feel this whole sex before marriage thing, I spy.
Yes.
I hear that thing because no one is doing it.
Yes.
Let's be honest. Now we need to conscientize people who are, okay, no. If you are going to be sexually active, it's best at this age under this type of context.
Yeah.
What's your opinion around that?
You know, my opinion is to wait until you're 18. Because when you're 18, that's when you are, quote unquote, classified as an adult, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, some women or even young boys, by the time they even reach 18, they're still growing themselves, you know. Honestly, late bloomers. But, you know, when you feel like you're not being taken advantage of, you understand what sex is, you've gained and acquired enough information about it, and you have a level and sense of maturity. And you in terms of your why, you know, what is the reason for you to want to have sex? Get a choice, you know, and the choice has to be something. It can't be something for I'm selling myself because I want money. I don't see that as something that is valuing yourself and something that's going to help you in the future. You know, I'm not trying to say that sex is bad.
No, barekisa bona. I want to rekisa.
Kuitekisa.
Yeah, barekisa bona.
Kuitekisa. For something that you know, what can you say you have done?
No, let's be honest with that one. Let's be raw and uncut with that one.
I went to girls' schools my whole life. The convent. My parents took me to convent, so I didn't interact with boys at school. And I was a bit of a tomboy myself.
Yeah.
But the girls that I used to play with as young girls and were now growing up, already at that age, they had the mentality of a monetary exchange for relationship, a monetary exchange for sex, even though it wasn't said.
Yes.
So this thing started a long time ago.
Yes.
And to see 16-year-olds on TikTok, even specifically on the TikTok platform, talking about 10,000. For example, when I was 16 years old, already that is statutory rape. 10,000. Even famous DJs, there's even a list that's going out of famous people that date, and jokes and trends and memes that are done of old men that date bana ba high school, bana ba 16 years old. It's normalized. It's normalized in our society throughout. There's with that. And then when you come with a different angle, it should not be like that. Let alone school. You know, a lot of people are dropping out and saying whatever we're learning at school, it's not relevant. I can create content, I'll be good. You know, we've lost our why, our direction. You know, where are we going as a people?
No, Israel, okay, it's not. I feel some it is poverty, some it's just this socialization, this social engineering. Basically, they engineer the narrative. You know, and the basically is taken care of financially, and that's all. I know women who are dating wealthy men. I know a woman, right, who's dating a wealthy man, and in dating this wealthy man, she's young, much younger than this guy. This guy is quite the violent guy. This dude, when they've gone out, sometimes they come home with this chick's friends, right? You know, it's the type of setup where this chick will bring her friends and they'll go out. No, my man's got us covered. You know, that type of situation. The man will wake up at night while they're sleeping and go and engage the friends. And then when they converse amongst themselves, these girls, the wife is like, it's cool, dude, get your money. I'm also getting my money. I'm telling you.
So he's an income stream.
Yeah, he's an income stream. Everyone, get your money. It's okay. So this is the situation most people are running with in regards to Basadi, that is. They are beyond right now. They are beyond. And in fact, women believe in group work, right? And therefore, these women are initiating other women into the dark arts. Get dark arts, let's be honest. Because some of these women train each other on how to identify a man that's got the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are the places to go to,
Yes.
and so on and so on, or what? Forgetting the power of the womb.
Yes.
That it has no value. Right?
Yes.
You cannot quantify the value of the womb. The 10,000 you get, the 500 you get, it means nothing. It means nothing. Okay, but it's fine. Let's not dwell on the negative.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, what do you think the power of the womb is? Obviously, besides giving birth, creation in the physical sense.
Yes. Yes.
What is the power of the womb?
Oh man. So, the womb is the place, it's the gateway to life. That's the only place that a human life, or life in general, enters and accesses the world. And that's the beauty, like knowing your womb is knowing who you are, your actual power, your actual, the power that you get through intuition, through messages, through things that are somewhat mystical, if we could even call or say, they are all connected to your womb. As a woman, your confidence actually rests here between your hips, at your waist, where your womb is, how you walk as a woman. That's exactly what your power is.
Oh, that's how Lena did that.
Exactly. That's your power. And you can tap into it to get guidance. You can tap into it to be led and be shown places and spaces where you belong, where you should be. You can shorten a lot of heartbreak, or shorten a lot of useless or frivolous exercises by being connected and tapped into your womb, because it will always guide you and ensure that you are in places and spaces where you belong. So knowing and understanding your womb, as we say, for example, and listening to it. It's connected to the feminine divine. We know we see God as having masculine and feminine. Yes. So as a woman, being connected to your womb means being connected to your divine feminine, which is, you can tap into a lot of the wisdom that sits there, that helps you in how you conduct your household, how you raise your children, how you interact with your partner. That you get, that you might not be able to get from a friend or a TV show or even a book. Just by you having that connection, you are able to access and tap into that information. And for you to be able to get there, while, observing silence, quietness, stillness, that helps you to be able to hear and listen and get that silent or light guidance that you require, that will help you to navigate and show you how to move. They say move in silence. Yeah. As a woman, being tapped into your womb, you are able to access that power that will enable you to move in silence, and in that, get to the places and spaces that you belong and where you need to be.
How do you tap into the womb, in your opinion, right? I know spiritual things on one size fits all. How did you go about tapping into yours?
It was obviously a journey. Yeah. So, I had a lot of experiences that were womb encounters. There are women that have experiences that some they do not choose, that, are connected to their womb. Yes, yes. So I was fortunate to be exposed to yoga, sacred feminine yoga. And while, yoga has been sold to be quite Eastern in its origin, if you follow even just where we come from an Kemetic perspective, there's that yoga, that Egyptian yoga. So learning those practices and understanding how to even do things like squats. There are specific and particular squats that a woman can do to connect to her divine feminine. And to connect her divine feminine, to connect to what is out, the ultimate, cosmic feminine, and having that type of meditation as a practice. So I was, fortunate to have that to be exposed to that. And another practice that I also fell on is a dance called Kizomba. I'm not sure if you've experienced it. It looks sensual.
Very.
Yeah, it looks sensual, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
sensual spirituality.
Yeah.
Because there the woman follows the man.
Yes.
And the man's body heals the woman.
Yeah.
And when a woman dances kizomba, she must close her eyes. And it's a form of meditation. And a man's body, through dancing, that sensual spirituality, is even able to heal a woman from things like rape. You know, that muscle memory that a woman's body will remember from being violated. By allowing the man's body to lead her in that dance, her body, that muscle memory, it's like getting a massage, you know, in places that trauma has arrived. That exchange, that energetic, sensual, spiritual exchange is able to penetrate and get there to give that woman's body healing.
I see. Do you think it's that healing that plays a role in? Because okay, I know a lot of rape victims, female rape victims, right? And most of these women, post-rape, became very sexually liberal. Yeah, someone has even told me that, or in fact, after she got raped, she just went on this rampage. Because now the central nature of Kizomba is that. Do you think that they are now looking for the reason they're going everywhere sexually is that they are looking to heal from this trauma, to reconnect with sex from a more positive perspective? Because that's what I'm thinking about now that you've described how Kizomba ikahila trauma ya rape.
So what happens is, with, I won't speak for all women,
yes,
but most women, after they've experienced or gone through the trauma ya rape, there's a part of self-worth, you know, and there's a part of them that gets broken, where they no longer see their worth or see their value. Rape is an example, emotional abuse as well, especially if it happens at a young age. Negative trauma experience have an ability to make a woman not to see her worth. And from not seeing her worth, the implications then become the promiscuity, because it's like you're trying to find something or get something back, but it's a trauma response, but manifesting in a way that is harmful, if we can put it like that. And we say it's harmful because the implications of having multiple sex partners at the end of the road, there's implications of things that you need to then go and fix and sort out, and diseases that would have manifested because of all of that. Yeah.
What other things would you say help to heal womb-based trauma?
Okay, definitely prayer, breathing, because it helps you to connect. You are able to be intentional and set your intention and send yourself there. You are able to know and identify what needs release, right? Definitely talking to where you will get counsel and guidance, because it also aids release. Because trauma inida kurelisiwa, inida kunsiwa.
Yes.
Detoxing is also very good. There's intentional detoxes that you are able to do, and decay patches and all kinds of things that you're able to physically do on your womb, to ensure that you address certain things that are sitting there and stuck there and causing blockages in your life, in your life experience.
What's a clay patch?
Oh, so litsuka, like clay.
Yes.
You are able to take clay. There's different types of clay, and I know you know more on this, being in the herbal business. But with the clay, like a bentonite clay, for example, you're able to put it over your womb, like a mask.
Mask.
Yes, like a mask, right? And then you wash it, depending on
Let it sit.
You let it sit, and then you wash it. So different clays would stay for different periods of time. And things like even your castor oils, if you apply them on your womb area, they help quite a lot with helping you to connect to your womb. It's, these kind of different practices or self-care rituals, engaging in them helps you to get in there, to set your intention, to see how you're feeling. Because your feelings are what help you to navigate, or what else is stuck in there. How else can you heal yourself, basically?
The process you speak of requires people who are self-aware, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
And imagine, I found that, obviously, I'm a man. Paying attention to the details in regards to women is a big part of being a man. Why? Because we pursue women. So, self-awareness requires someone who can separate themselves from their feelings. What do I mean by this? You need to be able to know that, hey, the feeling of anger is brewing now. I need to maybe take a step back. 9 out of 10 times, women are people who action crimes of passion because they have no control of their feelings. So
that's so true.
So now, how do you go about? Because you guys feel so deeply, right?
Yeah.
How do you go about the process of firstly working through the emotions or centering your emotions? What would your advice be to a woman who's struggling with centering their emotions, letting go? You guys don't let go, bro. You guys can hold on to something for years, boy. Between Lona, the cousins and the siblings. Basading. What's your suggestion to them in that sense?
On how to
just working through the emotions and letting go.
You know, honestly, what helps is breathing first of all. You need to connect with your breath, number one. No matter what is happening around you, connect with your breath. And then from then onwards, you have to take yourself mentally out of that situation. Because you're right, 100%. I've seen it with myself. Even I am guilty of what you just said as well, and my sisters as well. And you have to take yourself out of that situation. Okay, until auntie balwa or you need to allow yourself to be the seer, the one that is observing the situation, but not the one who is allowing their emotions to be affected by that situation. You need to separate yourself within, So, for example, even if it's your partner that did this one thing 10 years ago, let's say you've been together for however long, and 10 years ago, that one thing that they did that you keep bringing up, it doesn't serve you to keep bringing it up, because already you are in the relationship and you know that you and this individual, you are building something, you are going somewhere. You have to allow yourself to remove yourself from inside, your emotions from inside, whatever that thing that happened, that is gone. It's gone. Take yourself out of there and be the seer.
Forgive, move forward. Stop carrying trauma. It affects your womb health.
It does.
This is in essence, the essence of this conversation. Trauma in and of itself affects your womb health. Some of you might be having infertility issues, discharge issues, sexual issues, you name it, from the womb perspective as a result of emotional trauma that you're not letting go of. But now the issue also is cleansing. There's yoni steaming.
Yoni steaming, yes.
What are the other tactics that you would advise people to cleanse their vaginas? Okay, I could propose that, but I want to hear from you. What do you think people should do in terms of cleansing their vagina?
I know a lot of teas that are great, that help, to strengthen the uterus as well. Depending on where you are in your cycle, whether you're pregnant, you obviously have to be mindful to take what works for where you are in life. So your guava leaves, your rosemary, your raspberry leaves in terms of strengthening your uterus. There's, I think it's called a fruit. It's a fruit. A Ghanaian fruit called prekese. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yes. Have you had a man that was mining your energy? Have you ever had that?
Yes, energy vampires. Oh yes, I had that experience in the work sense.
Yeah.
Where I had a boss who just wanted to be in my presence no matter what. So it was, no, let me not say when it was, because then, but he would want me to be at the office at 7 o'clock in the morning, and he'd want me to come and be at his house until 10 o'clock at night, when his wife and his children were all in pajamas. His wife would be calling him to come and eat supper, and I'd be sitting there and he'd be saying, no, I have to be there, and making sure that I even come to his house on Saturdays, fabricating work stuff and, you know, putting importance on Dinto Tse Di Siyo, just so that I can be there. And I don't know, because he was married.
What do you mean? Polygamy is a thing?
I know that, but he never said it straight. Azanga bua straight.
Really, we're not white.
Ke boss ya ka ke ko mmereko. Ke a bereka.
Okay.
Ke mmereki. And ke in a leadership position. Ke dula, yeah, right on. So,
wow.
You know, based on what we what was he saying? We're getting new business. It's a new business initiative. So when it's a new business initiative, it's not something that I can report on. I have to sit and listen. So Kibona, I noticed after being there the whole day until 10 o'clock at night that, you know, I brought my notebook and I haven't made a single note in my book. What was this meeting really about?
Shit. Did he try to make you watch the ceiling? You get what I mean?
No, not directly.
Yeah.
But it did come through clients that are close to him.
Yeah,
yes, the client would call me and say, come, let's go to the Radisson. It is 7 o'clock in the morning. Come to the Radisson now. So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but my background is in advertising.
Okay.
I'm a brand strategist.
That's a toxic industry.
Absolutely.
That's a toxic industry.
Most definitely.
Okay.
Where anything goes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But now, what about these women who live on? It's fine. As long as I'm moving up, I'll give you some as long as I'm moving up.
For me.
Yeah.
You know, because I eventually left working for agencies and started my own boutique consultancy because of those women that normalized you know. I was often told, you know, you could have been driving such and such a car, or but look at Mamo Jano, do you know that where she should be by now?
Yeah. Oh, you'd be the example.
Yes, look at her, she should be at such and such a position, she could have been driving such and such a vehicle, but because of huitata and to know myself, you know, there's no way. You know, and I guess, you know, it just going back to the choice, the speakers that I asked to come to be at our event on the 16th. It's speakers that understand women inside and out. They understand how we got here to the issue. There's so many factors that come around it, including experiences in the workplace, experiences in relationships, experiences where so our first speaker, Dr. Ntombi Gule, she's a medical doctor, a general practitioner, who excels with gynecological advice.
Okay.
However it happened, God gave her an ear. She's able to communicate with her patients for this and that happened to you while you were in your mother's womb. And that's how you are here today medically. And even with her solutions that she provides to her clients, it's all natural because it's about solutions, you know. So that as Mama Jano, you don't have to always go back. Do you know, I was traumatized about working for someone because of the two experiences that I've just shared with you. You know, because of my experience with the male boss I had, as well as my experience at a large advertising agency where while I was working in the job, there was a woman that was hired to work that job because I said no.
Or said no to facing the ceiling.
That's correct.
Yeah. So both your jobs, they tried to put you downtown.
Yes, and it's normalized. It's completely normalized. It's not like what I'm saying is blasphemy. There's a lot of women that have moved up.
Yeah, through this process.
They're just not like me.
Personally, I feel it's so weird, right? Okay, we have a campaign running now, Lord Honesty. Lord Honesty is one of the social media influencers, doing really great. Lindan, that's his name. So anyway, one of his videos, he reenacts characters. He's really good at like scripts and so on. So one of his characters is a municipality manager who takes sex in return for jobs. Yeah, basically he'll talk about him. Those are some of his skits. But personally, I feel like, guys, like, are you really that into sex?
Yeah.
Like, are you like, sex is amazing. I don't wanna lie, But are you into it to the point where you wanna fuck everything that comes into the workspace that's looking for a job? No. Or is it more so like the adrenaline rush that comes from the dominance in regards to, I'm wielding my power over you?
I'm starting to think that there's something about sex that maybe a lot of us are not addicted to, if I can put it like that.
Yeah.
Because even after running away from the advertising world and being in business, I had the same experience. You want to carry on with the contract and you just think you can just work and we pay you and that's all. Why, but you see.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it is that power thing. It is you wielding your power over. I think it must be. It must be a perk that comes with the fat check, and the title.
Yeah. That you as and when get to fuck
candidates. Yes.
Women who are looking for jobs, but it's not only men doing this.
Absolutely.
Even the women do it to men.
That's correct.
That's wild. For me, I feel like Abafit. What happened to pursuing someone, and then in pursuing them, coercing them in the right way, having the adult conversation. Let's get feel and face, and I think we should explore a sexual relationship. I think we're in that age now where yes, liberalism is a problem, right? But people are doing it. And it's better if it's done from an honest perspective, I feel, right?
Yes.
Yeah, two adults agree, we're gonna do this thing.
Yeah.
And then hasibale sharp baba sharp. And then washibisisa for okay, am I doing it with the right person or not? And people, you wanna bang anything and everything. I would say and what type of situations they've been in. Both from a physical context as well as a spiritual context. The Hunger Games buffet. When they deprive you, and then we tap into what's called the reptilian brain, the animal mind.
Yes.
That
animal mindset.
Yeah, let's see. Miss J, what's up, though? Miss J.
Miss J. Hi, I can't see who that is. My eyesight, Hi, Mo. Yes, I'm sure we're from the advertising world together.
Okay. Yeah, Hunger Games buffet. Hunger Games, Shubile buffet.
Yeah.
This is the advice I'll give you. Because the moment of a party, we batla perpetual. The moment you start, it will not stop.
Exactly.
The moment you give your boss the first time, Basad, it will not stop. He'll always be coming in for the checks. Obviously, the vaginal checks.
Exactly.
Yeah. He wants to be your gynecologist.
Because collosis is failing. Yeah.
Yeah. My rule of thumb is, you see the workers here, they know me. The female workers, I don't even hug them. I do nothing of that nature. ultra cold to them in that sense. I see how they interact amongst each other. Hey. No. Now I'm setting, you know what? Yes. I'm setting what? Discipline.
Exactly.
Yes. Discipline. I know what small little interactions can stimulate. Even in the consultation space as a healer.
Yes, absolutely.
Uthole patient nyaka hofa or wena nyaka hofa patient. Ba bang ke di types how I'm not gonna lie and act like I do the patients studying more how you born. This one is nice.
Yeah.
Yes. But it's discipline that plays a big factor in assisting you to navigate accordingly. Baba manje bathi abana discipline bafethu. Abana discipline. And you saved yourself. You saved yourself because okay, you're married one day, you've moved up through, the CV boy, and then your husband meets this guy one day.
Exactly. That's always what I worry about. Your reputation is dimasako.
Yes.
You know, you're always going to be known like that. Like, I always used to hear about those women. Oh, this one and that one, ki group. Like, my promise to myself is my name will never be uttered by anyone.
Yeah.
Because it could be a husband, it could be a work opportunity or something very important to you.
Yes.
You could be leading up women, in a leadership position, but why born? Yeah, it's a good question.
Lona, one of you is watching here right now and is interested in another woman's man.
Yeah.
Why? Why did this oversize? Because now I've noticed myself, right? Now that I'm in a relationship and my thing is grounded, my face. Left, right, and center.
Yeah.
So it's like, relax, my face, I'm trying to avoid distractions.
Yeah.
I'm trying to avoid distractions. And women are okay with being with a man, with a partner. They're okay with that. It's only a problem under certain circumstances. We won't mention those circumstances. But under certain circumstances, why Why is it?
I think it's wanting what the next person has and to test your matlahao. You know how men say that the chase is nice. You get men, for example, that are in a relationship with the woman of their dreams and they also see another woman and then they chase and that woman says yes and they don't take it anyway. It's almost as though to test matla.
To remind yourself.
I feel like women also do that to not just show themselves but to show that woman.
That thing spirals, eh? That thing. Let me see if I've still got it. It spirals. Why? Because once you latch in and you give access to the energy can build momentum such that it's hard to let go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is discipline that will assist.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mleko one side. Mleko one side. So now, let's talk polygamy, right? Obviously in regards to womb health. A lot of women, obviously, they're in a position where they seek a man. There are not enough men,
that's true.
There are not enough men. So what are your views on polygamy? Are you anti-polygamy?
For myself personally, I am. I don't wish most taboo, but I don't know what the future holds, and I obviously you can never say never. They say, I wouldn't want to be here today and say I can't never, But it's not something that I would like for myself. While I don't know what the future looks like for me, and I don't know if one day I'll find myself in a relationship like that. I do respect those relationships, and I do understand not just masibo, but nilarad. I understand love and how it works for a lot of families, and it's worked for a lot of families. So it's just not something I would want for myself. It's not what I want for myself.
Drop me a thumbs up if you're okay with this Tembu. Thumb down if you're anti Tembu. Let's see what Lunale. Thumbs up if you're for his Tembu. Thumbs down if you're anti Tembu. Here's my perspective of his Tembu. Tembu has its place in society, and there's a reason it came forward, right? One of the reasons was to stabilize the family unit. Now, why? Stability of the family unit needs matsoho, and brains and spiritual power, right? So now, this spiritual power can come in through the trilogy aspect. So a man with 2 wives. Personally, I feel it should not surpass 2 wives.
Okay.
Anything over 2 wives is gluttonous. There's no balance there, to be honest. And let's be honest, the modern woman, right? If you're gonna have 4 wives, for example, there's no way you're meeting the sexual demands. There's no way. There's no way. And then still you wanna have chicks outside. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So therefore there are weak links inside the family. This is why I say more than 2 is not stable.
Yes.
It has no balance. Okay, great. So anyway, this trilogy creates a balance here. Let's say you guys are running a family business. In business, there are demands. Demands that require people in positions where you can trust. So me as the leader, like right now, I see it now. I need to deploy people in certain positions, people I trust. What better than my wives?
Yes.
You get me?
Yes.
So you need a man who can sell the vision so that you guys can build together. It's not just about love. So you guys, you don't want polygamy because you feel like, no, I can't share a man.
Yes.
You can't split your love.
Yes.
And so, no, it's bigger than that. You understand? It's bigger than that. And once you guys are running a big business, a big family business, or a big family movement, it requires more and more people. It requires a lot more people, Baba.
Yes.
Yes. So this is how I see it. If you're coming into a family union that is led by the right person and you guys are building something. Like for me personally, I feel like I don't want my woman to work for someone else. No. Working for someone else is a no-go for me. And I don't want my kids to work for other people unless they decide that they want to work for other people.
Yes.
But my woman, she must work here, close with me.
Yes.
Because you see the things you're talking about, your bosses, how many wives have found themselves in that compromising position? How many? And how many have given it up?
Yeah.
Because she realizes, if she loses this job, things at home.
Exactly.
And that decision-making process, if it comes out to the husband, he's never going to be able to rationalize.
Exactly.
He's never going to accept.
Our.
Or because you wanted to protect your income so that the household will be sharp.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You see, so I feel polygamy was about that.
Okay.
If you guys can think about it from a different context in regards to the way you're building and the way you're navigating things, why I say this is because what's one?
Exactly. That's a valid question.
Yes. Okay, most of you live at like Batman. By Batman, I mean like a well-established man.
Yes.
The top, the cream of the crop.
Yes.
9 out of 10 times the cream of the crop wants more than one woman. Let's be honest.
So explain this to me. Let me ask you this question. Why do you think that most men that are in polygamous marriages go beyond the 2 that you say you see as balanced? Why do you think some men go to the 4 and some even more than that?
Come on. Most guys are looking for the new experience. I'm being raw and honest with you. Right? The dynamics of Alicia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What sex is better than sex as we know it? New sex.
So you marry for new sex?
Not necessarily marry for new sex. No, not that they marry for new sex. Right? Sex worker, most of the time they have side chicks, and then they fall for the side chicks and then want to bring them in. Most of the time.
Okay.
9 out of 10 times, yes. Because where do you get the time, bro? Where do you get the time? No. Okay, my plan is to do 2, right? Where am I going to get the time for it? Already I'm seeing the demands of 1. It's hectic. And then there are other things that I have interests in that are independent to me. I can't make my whole life about women. You know what I mean? So, I don't know what their rationale is outside of the fact that, they are looking for new sex, let's be honest. Because why? We've dropped in vibration.
Yeah.
And we've pushed sex so far forward, alright? But now, what about this age? Yeah, even now, women bano go Facebook. Kabale 4-5 guys.
Yeah. Or 2 husbands. There are women that have more than 1 husband that they've married.
Do you think you could do that?
Sure. Kimupedi, I know Queen Mojaji, the Queen Bee. I mean, the Queen Bee is the only female in that whole entire hive.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that. To be honest, I think even the idea of being in a polygamy, like, okay, now I'm going back, but I'm not saying that I want polygamy for myself, but I'm saying I can understand it working where there's 2 women, because as a woman, then you can also have time for your own things that you want to build for yourself, It's like, no, you guys go along, I'm still writing my book, or I'm still doing whatever it is that I want to do, I can't imagine being the only woman in a relationship of 3 or more people.
You see, so that's the thing also about polygamy. Your sister wife will in this age, you can't trust anyone to babysit your kids.
You can't.
Do you have kids?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
Yeah. It's rough right now. It's rough right now. You can't trust anyone to babysit your kids because these people are wild. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're wild. And like you're saying, you're carrying disputes that are present in your family between your siblings and your cousins that come from, the back.
Yeah.
Are you gonna send your kids to those people?
No ways.
Never.
We don't have that anymore. We don't have those luxuries anymore.
Yes, yeah. Why do women hate each other so much?
Yeah. It's a dog-eat-dog world, right? For me, I think it's competition. It's about being better than. It's about... I think there's an insecurity component to it because I've seen it also in the mentor-mentee space where as a woman, your mentor, your female mentor that you look up to, who taught you what you know, saying what and having an insecurity that makes them to behave in a way of dislike towards you or of jealousy or of putting you down. But uthole umeya in high regard or wow, ke mamojano, ke amohlompa, she's like this, she's like that. But then that same mamojano o mohlompang who taught you, who mentored you, aw jealousetse, bue hampe ka wena, aw yehlise fatshe. I think it comes down to insecurity. That's like, the first thing that comes to my mind about why it is, a lot of women talk about women empowerment, sisters helping each other, and then also complain about the lack of it at the same time. I thought you'd have my back. I thought, you would be the one pulling me to a corner and saying, hey, Mama Jano, be careful here, and there. But instead, as women, we seem to be setting traps for each other so that the other one awele in that trap so that I can look good, or I can think that I'm looking good.
If you Pebbles, we shall be there on the 16th.
Thanks, Pebbles. We can't wait to see you there.
Yeah,
awesome.
So tell them more.
So the event is a womb wellness and wisdom event. It's called Accessing Your Inner Power because, your power as a woman rests and sits in the womb. And while this is an event aimed at women, men are also invited to be there because men interact with the womb as well and they are raising daughters. They have partners and sisters who they can share this knowledge with. We have 3 speakers that are going to be at the event. Our first speaker that I mentioned a bit earlier on is Dr. Ntombi Gule, who will be speaking from a medical perspective and highlighting how a lot of your medical problems when you go to your doctors are spiritually linked, and helping you and ushering you to organizations like CMOS Africa that you can find the right herbs to help you heal a lot of those fibroids, cysts, cervical cancers, and all kinds of things that women experience and go to medical practitioners for. Our second speaker is Ntate Mpomakado, who has done phenomenal work in the cannabis space. He's a herbalist, he's a traditional healer, he's also a spiritual psychologist. And he's done phenomenal work with cannabis in Polygamy, and he'll be coming all the way from Polygamy to speak about the essence of a womb man. It's going to be, I'm really looking forward to hearing him, speaking to women, because he's got a lot of case studies of women who he's helped with cannabis and with the different work that he does. And our last speaker is Gogo Twanantap, who will be talking about Igazi Lemvan, she's going to be talking about period blood. Some of us experience our periods, some of us haven't even seen our periods and don't know why we're not getting periods anymore. Some of us are experiencing the early menopause and all of those good things. So Gogo Twanantap was really going to be diving in to periods and helping you to find it or see it again, or navigate your next phase if Oshetu Fitile, the menopausal space. So the event is happening at the Sheba Cannabis Academy, which is in Rivonia. And you're welcome to follow me even on TikTok. It's Mamojano Sebesho, Mamojano_Sebesho. And yeah, you'll find a lot of the event information there, and you are all welcome to come. There's going to be a market as well. CMOS Africa is going to be there, as well as other vendors, people in the cannabis space that have some amazing chocolates that they've done, some bath balms, and various other beautiful things to help women with the womb. And that's basically it in a nutshell.
All right. Shout out to you. Catch you guys there on the 16th. Well, the team will be there. I won't be there. We're setting up for Pretoria, so that's my main focus now. But we're going to send the team there, well-skilled people from CMOS Africa, to share our knowledge in regards to herbal medicine in terms of some of the issues you have as a woman. We bought 10 tickets, of which some will go to our workers, and then those of you who are interested, perhaps you could DM us and you could get a free ticket from us. DM me, obviously, subject to availability, right? First come, first serve. It's not a competition. I'll give to those who have an interest in going. Nah? So DM me, let us know. Hey, we heard on the live stream that you guys are giving away some free tickets to the event Womb Wellness. And then they'll let me know, and then we'll put you on the list. We'll have a list that will then be used for you to go there and go listen in, and then you can catch up with some of our people there when you visit the market space. Peace, guys. Have a good day. Take care of yourself. Woman Crush Wednesday. Ratanang Bafit. Love each other. Show each other love. Love thyself, right? The outward is a reflection of the inward. You get me? The outward is a reflection of the inward. The deep intrinsic hate women have for each other is as a result of the inner hate you have for yourself.
That's it.
Most women have issues with themselves. Okay, what can I use for high cortisol level? Cortisol, stress hormone, causes many issues for you, right? On the body, cortisol phase, weight gain, stress, anxiety, hypertension, you name it. Ashwagandha would be great for you, not precious. Ashwagandha, nah? Ashwagandha, aka Indian ginseng, it helps to lower cholesterol, it helps to stabilize cortisol levels. Alright, peace.